Hi, it's Mrs. Cr8 here and welcome back to the Create Joy channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about how our first week of homeschooling went. Let's do it. First of all, I must say that I put a lot of energy into prepping and preparing for the first week of school. I ordered our curriculum materials. I'll talk about that in another video. I prepared binders and boxes and spaces, and so there was a lot of things that happened before we actually sat down on the first day of school. So I really think that hard work paid off. I don't think that it would have went as smoothly had I not been prepared. That's the first thing. The tool that I'm using to help me stay prepared is a Big Happy Planner, and I'm literally putting my personal life and the girls' school life in the pages of this planner. So I'm gonna just show you not the spread that I use, but these top boxes I'm using for her lessons, the middle boxes I'm using for personal things, and the bottom for business things. So my planner, my everything planner, is going to keep me organized for the year. The other thing that I did, you know how you take notes in your phone and you have a lot of ideas? Well, I took the time to print all of those ideas out. By printing them out, I was able to kind of pull them apart and organize them a little bit better so they didn't seem so overwhelming. That was helpful. One of the things that really made this week fun and go by really fast and gave me breaks was I had things scheduled for her to do that kind of felt like specials. She continued on with her guitar lessons, her singing lessons, her music lesson.
Great. Now I'm having snack time. My voice is running down.
It is. She was taking an Afro dance class during the summer through Outschool. Still loves it. That's going great. We're waiting for our regular dance studio to start back with their online classes, so we'll add that back in when it's time. We even signed up for my friend Maria Dismundi's Sunnyside Homeschool classes, which are on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 30 minutes. And I'll link all of those things down below. But the cool thing about having those specials is it really broke up the day in the chunks of time. So that made things go really well. And again, by printing off the ideas that I had, I remembered that those were things we could do. So I have a cute little slip that fits into my binder where I've kept our weekly schedule. Everything from our magazine Mondays, typing Tuesdays, website Wednesdays, tighten it up Thursday. We're only gonna have a 4-day week. And so by putting everything here along with the specials, it keeps me on track and gives me a big picture of how our week is going to look. It also allows me to speak to how our day is going to look to her at the beginning of the day, so she knows what she can look forward to and how her day is going to look. That's very helpful. Write the schedule down in a lot of places, mommy, because it's just a lot of things going on, so we have to remember. So putting things in a calendar or on a schedule was very helpful. Being prepared was very helpful. So this past week, Monday was Labor Day, so we didn't have school Monday. So we really only had Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Fridays are off at homeschool. And once we get started, if her work for the week is not finished, then she'll have school on Fridays. But for the most part, I'm planning on teaching to a 4-day work week. Also planning on having school hard instruction in by lunchtime and independent work from about 1 to 2:30, and after that school will be out. We're going to get started in the morning somewhere between 9 and 9:30 and work until noon. I found this week that was kind of realistic. The amount of energy and time that we spent one-on-one on those activities in the morning, it was the right amount of time. Any more time, I think I would have been beating a dead horse. I also think that it kept her excited about what we were doing, and it also allowed for me, the mom, to have the afternoons to take care of the other things that had to happen in our house, whether it was laundry, cleaning, getting dinner ready, going to the store, my work. Yeah, I still have work. The other thing that we worked on this week was setting up routines and materials and talking about the materials we'd be using. On the first day of school, she took a book walk. I can show you better than I can tell you. Take a peek. That was really fun because she got a chance to see all the cool things that she was going to learn about this school year, and especially the dictionary. For some reason, she had been really excited about it because there was a chocolatey clear on one of the pages, so she couldn't wait to get her hands on the dictionary. Landing here. All right, it looks like crouch.
Crouch.
That's when you know it's time to go back to school. We also spent some time talking about binders. In the classroom, I normally would give my students a giant binder with all the subjects in it. But because of her age and because we're at home, I decided to break that up into 2 binders. Reading has its own binder, and then we also have everything else in the everything binder. So on the first day of school, she got a chance to decorate her everything binder. And I'll take another video to show you guys down below some of the things that we started the school year off in our everything binders. One of the cool things that's going to happen in homeschool life is we're going to have a project every month. And this was one of the ideas that I had printed off in the notes on my phone, and I'm so glad that I did because I certainly would have forgotten about it. But we're going to have a project each month, and this month in September, because it's Grandparents' Day, we're going to complete a Pop-Pop's house project that matches my Pop-Pop's house. And so this project is going to be something that she can work on when she's finished with her morning instructional things. And it'll also be a fun extension of learning. There's going to be a different project for each month, and I'm really excited to share those ideas with you guys too. If you would like a copy of the Pop-Pop's house project, just shoot me an email and I'll send one over to you. So we spent this week setting up our everything binder, our reading binder, and inside of the reading binder, I simply use those big pocket dividers. They're called big pocket dividers. They have a pocket on the front and on the back. And I tore the practice book pages out of the books so that we wouldn't have to haul the big giant workbook around. And I put things inside of her reader's notebook, her reader's binder that she would need. She also has a reader's notebook too, but this is for like the reproducibles. I put a lot of cool things in here that help young readers to remember things I had in my secret stash from back in the day. Also things that I created myself. This is a product that I have. I'll link it down below. That's really good to teach kids about text connections, and it can be used across all kinds of different texts at all different grade levels. And so I put her posters in here. Every book that we're going to read, I'm going to put a picture of it in here along with the vocabulary words or characters from the story. And it really, after a while, just compounds and helps the student to really understand that they can refer back to things for their reading. So this was the first story that we read. Honestly, it was a really good week. It was very productive. I think we set the tone and stage that we're going to be working really hard in 2nd grade. But more than that, that homeschool is going to be different than public school. It's going to feel a little bit different. We're going to work a little bit differently. And I think we're both okay with that. So takeaways. The biggest takeaway that I had from coming off of this week was I didn't feel hurried. I didn't feel rushed. I was not sweating profusely at the time that school started, which normally if I were getting her out the house, I would have wrangled with her hair for 30 to 40 minutes. We would have argued about socks and getting in the car and zipping up a coat and just a mad rush to get out of the house. I really didn't miss that. I did lay out my clothes and she laid out her clothes the nights before. I didn't have the hair stress. I let her wear a headband and rock her curl. So it felt very stress-free in terms of how the morning began. And that was actually quite a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting to feel that. I was expecting to feel the opposite. I was thinking I would feel more hurried or more pressured because I was a teacher and I needed to be ready to like go, go, go. Not the case. Girl, Mama's gonna go upstairs and get dressed while you finish up breakfast and listen to some music, okay?
Alexa, unpause.
We started between 9 and 9:30. I was hoping to start at 9 o'clock, but as the days grew on, I was like, well, who am I rushing for? If we start at 9:30, we'll go to 12:30 or we'll go till we finish because we can. And so the beauty of kind of being more flexible started to sink in, and I think as the days go on, it's going to feel a lot more like that. So off the top of my head right now, week 1 vlog, that is a check. Flexibility in the schedule and not feeling hurried. A con, if I had to make it a con, it would be on me. There's a lot of preparation and the days are kind of like floating by. They're going by super fast now, which I guess is really good because we're still in the middle of this pandemic. So that could be a con, but under these circumstances, the days going faster is kind of helping my mental stamina. But it's challenging being a businesswoman because in the afternoons, you know, my energy is lower and I'm like, ooh, okay, now it's time for me to get to work. But I can say that getting dressed really helped. Being dressed fully for the day and then knowing that she has something to do. Another pleasant surprise to that has been because I've worked her and she's been kind of so eager to learn. Now that there is work to do, when I'm finished teaching her, she's done with me. She's scattered. She's nowhere to be found. She's off doing her own thing. So there's not as much distraction for my afternoon work. I just have to work a little bit harder for myself to be as prepared as I was for her work. I need to be prepared for my work. So now that we've kind of turned the office upside down and moved things around, I think it's going to start to settle in a little bit better, and I'll get better at keeping my own word to myself and having a better schedule for work. So the biggest con is just that it's a lot of work that's happening before noon, and I'm still the cook, right? Still the grocery shopper. Because that day that I ordered groceries, my Instacart list was ridiculously long that I had to edit. Since I didn't get groceries, I gotta go get my lunch real quick when she's doing her dictionary dig. But that's okay. She's got plenty of work to do. It has grilled peaches, goat cheese, red onion, a few raspberries, grilled chicken, romaine, and a balsamic vinaigrette. I'm gonna have to recreate this. So that day I was tired, and then the next day I was even more tired because after school I did laundry, which I normally am really good at getting in the mornings, and I was kind of a little off on my morning laundry routine. And then it was teaching school and cooking lunch and finishing the laundry, and the grocery order that was ridiculous came in, so we were cleaning those, and I was simultaneously cooking dinner. It was a lot. So I just got to work out the details. I don't want to order groceries on a school day. You know what I mean? Like, so I just have to think a little bit ahead and stay on top of things. And I think I'll be able to work the kinks out with that. So overall, I think that things are going pretty good with the homeschool. The girl is off today. She said she's not recording. She's not putting on clothes. She did brush her teeth, but she does not want to come on camera today, and that's okay. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. That's how we're going to grow. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this video. And until I see you again, create joy.